Hi, it's the MLM for the Soul channel. I do have a new topic for today. Before I begin, I just would like to say, may the words and expressions of my mouth and the thoughts and meditations of my heart find favor and acceptance before you, Hashem. So this is the continuation of the new series called Personal Stories and Practical Lessons to Learn or Apply, Part 3. And this is about my smartphone. And I am not someone who would have ever gotten a smartphone if they weren't phasing out the phone that I already had, which was a flip phone, which I don't have anymore to show you as my props that I've been showing in the other videos. But in order for me to continue with my service with T-Mobile, which I love, by the way, they're awesome. I love the company. They do great, and you'll see why from this story. But in order for me to get a phone, it was a trade-in. I had to pay just for some, just for going. I think I had to go I went in the store to get it and whatever other kind of little things like a case for it. So there are certain things I had to purchase, which was not so much compared to what I guess it would normally cost for most people when they get a phone. So I will tell you the story. Here I have trying to follow. So here's the information. So I wrote it down so that I would have it all in the details, because this is going back a while ago too. So I'm giving you the background information about this, and you'll understand why as the story progresses. I got my first smartphone. Yes, I still have the same flip phone for many years. I don't know how many years it was, but a very long time. And would never have changed, like I said, if 3G was not phased out. So they were phasing it out. Therefore, I had to upgrade to the next thing. So when I got the phone, and this is the phone, I'll just show it you. I'm reading from the phone, but I'll just show it you. This is what my phone looks like. So I got the phone on June 22 of 22. The story is long, but I like to give the details so you'll understand and comprehend fully what really happened and who, capital WHO, was behind it all. So 9 months to the day, which was March 22 of 23, you could say like a woman who was pregnant, in a pregnant state, like, right, Heyrayon, like the Leda, she's going to give birth. I got a new smartphone, okay? No, I am not one who changes phones just because the latest and the greatest is available, as I said above about having a flip phone. So why did I get a new phone? So you'll see. Now to the actual story of why I had to get a new phone. 10 days ago, so this was when I wrote down this story, it was, I guess, I don't know if it was the end of February. I didn't write down, because I wrote 10 days ago here, but it was based on when I sent it. So I'm not sure the exact date of when I said that this happened. Again, it was back then in 23 sometime. I don't remember when. It was before March 22 when I got the new phone. Okay. So we'll just say whenever that was. I was walking back from a food shopping and returned later than I planned. It was already getting dark and I was walking. I still had my Tehillah and my Psalms to read for the day, so I decided to use the flashlight on the smartphone because the smartphone has a flashlight. As I was walking, it was not so well lit in that area, and at one point I tripped, not seeing the curb. The phone fell out of my hand and the screen cracked. So it must have fallen face down, because this phone, I'll just show you, has this case and it's supposed to be really good protection, but I don't know if that is the same if it's face down, right? Okay. So continuing on, I fell too, but always use my hands to protect my body. The phone has a case, like I said, but that only protected the back of the phone. I guess it doesn't matter if the front. I said, Baruch Hashem gam zulatova, right? Meaning, thank you Hashem, this too is for the best, for good. Better the phone than me. Baruch Hashem, I was only a bit sore and slightly bruised, but Baruch Hashem was able to continue walking and still had a way to go. I didn't blame it on the dimly lit street because Teva, which is nature, has nothing to do with it. Hashem was the one who did it and orchestrates everything. Like I say, better than car accidents in hospitals, chas v'sholom. That night when I got back, I went on the T-Mobile website. Like I said, that's the phone carrier that I use. And chatted with the representative and explained the situation. She was very nice from the Philippines and said it is still on warranty because it's less than a year and can send me the same one as a new replacement phone to the local T-Mobile store for me to pick up. I was thrilled that it all worked out in the end. Baruch Hashem, Yitbarach, right? May His name be praised. The story doesn't end there, okay? So here it goes. I then got an email from T-Mobile telling me thanks for your order and some information about transferring data from old to the new phone, and also that they do a check on the phone when returning to make sure you get the replacement, and said if the screen is cracked, then can't get it. Bingo. So there you go. Okay, so now what? I was confused because the representative I chatted with, like I said, I chatted with online, said I would get the new phone. The next day I chatted with another nice lady in the Philippines. Again, this was on the website. And she told me that I was correct. And since the first representative approved the exchange, there would be no problem. Oh, okay, so sounds good. I was happy to hear. And then gave my feedback that they ought to not send the standard format email the way they did regarding the exchange of phone, if that was the case. I thought that was the end of the story. Or maybe you thought so too. Think again. Lo and behold, I got notified on Friday. The phone arrived to the store and had till beginning of next month to get it. So I don't know what the date is. Again, I wish I would have written down the date. I didn't write that down. Okay. My plan was to go on Sunday, BeEzrat Hashem, to pick the new one up and exchange the one I have now. I got to the store on Sunday afternoon and spoke with an employee, and he saw the phone and the cracked screen. And I told him that I chatted with two representatives from T-Mobile and said was under warranty and could exchange the phone. He told me that they had to do a check and answer questions as to whether I am qualified to get it. He told me I was not because of the screen, but just to be sure he discussed with his manager and then came over to tell me that the warranty doesn't cover that, even though I was told otherwise. They gave me back the phone and I left. The story continues. I said, what did I say? I said this out loud as I was walking, and I think I was walking on my way to go for a walk in the park, and I said, they don't run the world. Hashem does, and is a kol yachol. And I'm going to get a new phone anyway. I called T-Mobile and spoke with another very nice lady. Her name was Mai, M-E-I, May, in the Philippines. I wrote her name down for whatever reason. We were on the phone for about an hour to get this matter resolved. She did order me the same new replacement phone and only had to pay a small warranty fee. It took so long because I was trying to figure out where to have it delivered because they ship via UPS. And where I live, they don't have access to the UPS doesn't have access to the building. And if you aren't there, they would have to leave a delivery notice, and you don't know the exact time they will be there. I was going to send it to a home address, but they would have to get the name of the person there, and they would have to be there to sign for it. In the end, I decided it would be best to have it sent to the address where I am, and BeEzrat Hashem will get it. Okay, and the story continues. I got an email that the product was going to be shipped in the next day or so and ought to arrive by March 22nd. This is of 23. I got a tracking number for it once it was shipped and monitored it for delivery. The day came for delivery, and it had arrived to the facility for processing before delivery. I looked on the tracking, and it said you can request to change the destination package where the package will go. I already had in my UPS online account to have all packages redirected to the local UPS store. It's called an access point. But because it would be easy to pick up from there. But I didn't see any way on the site to do that for this delivery. I called UPS, and the person spoke to told me that T-Mobile was not allowing any other option for delivery. Due to the nature of the item, and couldn't even have it sent to the local store, I guess because of the cost and everything, the value of the phone. The only option was to the residence that I told the T-Mobile representative to ship to. UPS would make 3 attempts to deliver the item. He told me that the item is going to be out for delivery between 11:45 a.m. and 3:45 p.m. He also said could have UPS send automatic text updates to my phone as to the delivery as well, and he told me that I would get them. By the way, that never happened. I'm just telling you this is what I'm telling you because it didn't happen. Not even one time did I get a text message. It was about 10 a.m. now, and I figured, I'm telling the story as it's happening from then, and I figured if I will have to wait by the front door of the building for up to 4 hours for the package to arrive, I better be all ready and bring down some things to study or pray for the time to go by, because don't want to risk by leaving and then we'll miss the UPS driver. I kept refreshing the UPS tracking online on my account to see if it was out for delivery yet. I still kept saying preparing for delivery. It was odd because of what the person from UPS told me as to the time frame was due to be delivered. Now it was past 11:45, and again that was the time a.m. That was the time when it was going to be out between that time, and still didn't see on the tracking that was out for delivery. So odd. I just kept refreshing the page and nothing changed. I decided to go ahead and have my lunch and then check back frequently so I could go downstairs when I see it says out for delivery, but that never happened. So what did happen? I signed up to receive email notification. It says, and I wrote that they don't show a text message option for notification on my account on their website. So don't know why the person on the phone told me that can receive that. So I request for notification when the package was delivered. They don't give the frequent updates when expecting a package like the post office does, and I wish they would. I got an email at 12:38 p.m. that said package was delivered. I was dumbfounded and confused. How is that possible if I wasn't there to retrieve it? Someone from the office got it. I quickly got myself downstairs to see what happened. And just so you know, in the building, we don't have our own mailboxes where I live. And, if you're not there, only the post office has access to the building. So it's a whole thing. If someone happens to be there, then that's a blessing, right? Okay, so going on as what happened. So as I came down and was waiting at the front desk, I saw the man who delivers the mail to the tenants. If it all comes in this, because it all comes in a central box and then it's distributed. And he said, I will be with you shortly. I can't talk now. And he went outside. I was so anxious to know, but had to be patient and wait for him to come back. It was about 5 minutes or so, but seemed like forever. When he finally came back in, I asked him and said he was around and UPS just gave him the package. He didn't have to sign for it. He said there was an incident in the parking lot where two cars hit each other head on and he had to make sure information was exchanged. The parking lot is part of owned by the people who own the building, so that's why, and he works there. It's okay. So I'm unsure how the two are related, but because he was in the area and must have seen the driver, was able to get my package, meaning the UPS driver. Hashem put all these pieces into play and changed everything around so that I would be able to get the phone and not have to wait and not have to wonder if it will be there if I will be there to get it or not. Also, they would only have made 3 delivery attempts and not be able to send to another location for retrieval. I said to the man that it was a godsend that you were around because the UPS driver UPS drivers have no access to the building. How amazing is Hashem? No words or praise are sufficient to express the immense gratitude for the infinite kindnesses we receive every second of our lives. Chazdei Hashem, the kindness of Hashem. Kilo tamu rachama, like it's never failed us. So here you go. Here's a story that I wasn't even supposed to. I shouldn't have even gotten the phone according to the store. The store wouldn't do anything for me. It was a T-Mobile store, so. But then on the phone, they agreed to give it to me. And I think they said some kind of fee, but in the end, I don't think I paid the fee. I think it got removed. So, but it was the same exact phone. The phone that I have now that I showed you is the phone that I got then, which, I have now for over a year. And Baruch Hashem, it's still fine. But it's just amazing that I got it. Yeah, I have it over a year already. Almost probably 2 years now. So just shows you, even with everything, like what I was saying about saying like Hashem's a kol yachol, he can do it, I'm going to get the new phone. Meaning it didn't even enter my mind to doubt that I was going to get it. I just said it right out. Like, they don't know what they're talking about, right? The people in the store, they don't run the world. Hashem does. So just shows you, look what Hashem does. And then how I got the phone is even more amazing, because look how all these parts had to happen, and this one said this and them, and all came together. And again, it's all Hashem. We have to remember, it's Hashem moving the puzzle pieces around so that everything works and goes together with the way it's supposed to. And maybe it looks to you like it isn't right, and it isn't working, and it isn't this, and it isn't, and you kind of start having doubts and unsure. But you got to leave that aside, because that's a suffix. That's what the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, tries to do, make you doubt. So because you're looking at the picture without a clear lens, or you're looking at the picture without the full scope of it, where Hashem looks at the full scope, and you have to always see it, that everything is going to happen for the best, no matter what it is, no matter when it is, no matter how it is. So I hope that you are inspired by the story, and if you have any other inspiring stories, please share them below as well. And I hope and pray that we will all merit to live and see the coming of Mashiach speedily in our days, and the rebuilding of our final Beis HaMikdash. Amen, and thanks for watching.